When Lisa and Frank asked me to write a poem for their wedding, I decided the best way to reflect their unique love was to let them be involved in the writing process. I wanted to focus on their personalities rather than some abstract idea of love, because their love is a result of their complementary qualities. So, I asked Frank and Lisa to choose an object to metaphorically represent the other's spirit, and then I wrote this poem, a love letter from the object representing Lisa to the object representing Frank. Neither of them knows what the object the other chose to represent them is yet, so I asked them to write a few sentences explaining their choice. Lisa said, "When thinking of an object for Frank, the first thing that came to mind was a guitar. He is obsessed with the instrument, not only for the look on the outside, but also for its inner workings and the music it creates, kind of like his love for me. Sometimes I think he loves the guitar more than me." Frank chose a kite to represent Lisa, explaining that kites are beautiful and peaceful. They have only good intentions and bring happiness to people who come by them. If Lisa is the kite, then I am the fortunate one to be connected to her with the string, and therefore I feel her in my hands. So, without further ado, here is their poem, a love letter from the kite to the guitar. I lived a one-string life until I met you. I was always pulled taut or coiled tight until you tuned me to perfection. Always from a distance I'd seen the world, but you pulled me close. Your subtle vibrations soothed my wind-beaten soul. Some thought I'd get lost in you, that my rainbow colors would dull if stolen from the blue sky. But without you, it was I that was blue. My streamers only dragged me down until you supplied music to dance to. I tried to read between the lines of your major and minor chords, but I couldn't keep tabs on your notes. I worried you'd be stubborn and steel-stringed, or always fretting about everything. I feared you'd be plugged into someone else, that your pickups were just mechanical lines. But baby, somehow you defy category, and it's electric. We were opposites. I flew with the flow, went with the wind. Your rigid neck was always strung tight, and I worried you'd always be ready to pick a fight like you picked strings. After all, you'd never been a one-string man. But you proved that you're willing to harmonize. For the first time, I could see past the present, could feel the future, vibrating through every word you strummed. So, we met in the middle of your bridge. I learned to hear and you to see. You serenaded away any doubts, proved that I would never be just one in a series of riffs. When you asked for me and you to become us. So now it's time for me to become your chorus. Tonight, when the day ends and it's time to fold my wings, you're the only one I want, tugging on my heartstrings. You help me down, and on the ground I finally understand the true meaning of flying. Because now I realize you're a totally new kind of wind beneath my wings.
Frank, please.